When I'm facing obstacles, the first thing I do is think about my parents. And, you may want to think about your grandparents or an auntie or someone, a play mother, somebody who reached out to help you. Think about them and their struggles. And I think that gives us a lot of help, a lot of strength. And then go to someone, an adult that you trust if things are not going the way you want them to go, and see if you can get some advice. Don't be afraid to seek advice. And don't be afraid to go to a teacher that you think you connect with. Don't worry about somebody saying that they think you're dumb. I think that's a problem sometimes girls have. You don't want to ask because then it'll seem like you're dumb. But then, of course, if you don't get the right answer, then you're not going to do well anyway. So you have to take that risk, take that chance, and actually seek out the information you learn. Nobody has given it to you. You have to be aggressive and you have to get what you need. When I applied for the U.S. Attorney's Office, I wanted to work in a specific division, criminal receiving and appellate, because I had been an appellate law clerk and I wanted to work on appeals and I wanted to handle the smaller criminal cases. I was placed in public protection and civil rights, and I didn't get to go to court as often. That's the position I was offered. So I had a choice. Should I accept this job in public protection when I really wanted this job in criminal receiving? But I knew that I had to get my foot in the door, so I said yes. It wasn't what I wanted, but I knew that I had to get in the office. And I knew that I wanted to be a trial lawyer and I wanted to be a federal prosecutor. And so once I got in the office, I enjoyed the assignment, but I felt that I wasn't getting the training I needed to be effective in a civil rights case, because civil rights cases are very difficult, especially criminal civil rights cases. And so I tried to get a transfer to that division I wanted to be in. That division was filled. I went to the chief of the division. No, there are no spots. But there was a deputy chief in that division who officed 2 doors from me, and he was pulling his hair out because he needed more help doing briefs. Well, there were 3 other women and another black man who were in the same situation I was in. And I went to them and I said, you know what? I said, if I go to this supervisor and I tell him that we will help with briefs, that's what I'm going to tell him I'm going to do. Do you all want to get briefs too? And they said, oh, yes. So I went to him and I said, oh, I noticed you're underworked, you're not getting everything. He's like, oh, yes. I said, well, I want to do briefs, and I have 4 other people, and we'll help you with briefs. That then allowed us to argue in the Court of Appeals like the other lawyers, to do briefs and things like that. And then we needed duty days because I wanted to get search warrants and arrest warrants. So he then went to the chief of the division and asked for us to get them, and we got them. And so I got those experiences. So the other thing that's important is you have to stand up for yourself. If you're not getting what you want, you need to find out why you're not getting it, and you need to find a way to get it. And I'm not saying you keep knocking your head against the wall, because at some point you need to move on, but you move to another door. If one door closes, you have to open another door. So, if things are not going well in a class, you have to go. First of all, if you have friends that maybe are doing well, you can get them to help you. Or you can go to the teacher, or you can find out if there's tutoring or whatever. Or maybe at some point that's a class that you do that class, you try to do as well as you can, and then you make sure you're taking other classes you can do well in so you can get a good grade point. But you have to find a way, you have to stand up for yourself and figure out what you want, and then you have to go after it. You have to work with other people so other people get to know you and get to know what you can do. And then being involved in activities also shows that you have some leadership skills, and I think that helps as well.